Last summer, I was asleep in my bed when all of a sudden there was a drip coming through my ceiling, and it was thick and it smelled rather horrific. And I didn't know what to do about it. My neighbor didn't wake up, and so I collected it in my soup pot and slept on my couch for the night. In the morning, after a series of events, we discovered what the drip came from. It came from my upstairs neighbor, who had in fact died quite a bit earlier in the month, it seemed, and he was decomposing. And in fact, what was dripping on me was the juice from his dead body, whatever was making it through. So needless to say, it was chaos in the apartment and the entire building, and as a result, I had to move, and I left that night, and I had nowhere to go except to friends' houses. So my journey began in Exile in Brooklyn, in Prospect Heights, and that day, I fled to my friend's house in Fort Greene, actually. And I stayed there a few weeks, and from there I went to a friend's house in Clinton Hill. And then when I was in Clinton Hill, a friend said she'd rented a place in Taconic State Park, and wouldn't I come for a few days? So I went there for a few days and stayed in a tiny little cabin. And from there I came back and went to another friend's house in Prospect Heights. And from there, after a week, I went back to Fort Greene and took care of 3 cats for my friend while she was away. And from there I went to Vermont, Post Mills, Vermont, to stay with a friend. I stayed there for a week, and when I got back, it was about 2 months into my exile without a home, I went back to Fort Greene. From Fort Greene, I went back to a friend's house in Prospect Heights. And from Prospect Heights, I went to Red Hook. And then finally from Red Hook, September 1st, 2011, I was able to move to my new beautiful home in Ditmas, to the countryside of Kings County.